Hi, it's Kip Innovates here, and today I want to talk about a design decision in Bitcoin that I found a bit mysterious and bemusing. And it's when you look at the way that Bitcoin addressing is done versus the way that proof of work is done. So for Bitcoin addresses, Nakamoto used ECDSA as the key system. So you have a private key which you then use to create a public key. Then to make the Bitcoin address, he was doubly careful. He used a belts and braces approach in that you have to use a hash function called ripemd and a hash function called SHA-256 in order to create the Bitcoin address. And presumably the reason he did this was that if either of ripemd or SHA-256 were compromised, then the other one would still protect the addressing system. So quite insightful and quite paranoid, some would say. And the result there is that you can't, even if one of the hashing algorithms is broken, you can't get the public ECDSA key and maybe start trying to crack it in order to find the private key and steal Bitcoin. Now when you look at proof of work, it's just SHA-256 hash applied twice to basically the header of the block that you're trying to create. So if somebody broke SHA-256 and found a way to be able to create any hash output that they wanted, then they would be able to mine virtually cost-free, and that would break the proof of work system. So I can't help wondering, why be so paranoid about the Bitcoin addressing system but not as paranoid about the proof of work system? And I have a couple of theories behind this. One of them is that there were several people working on the project, and the person working on the addressing system was more paranoid than the person working on the proof of work part. The other one is that there was this idea that at some point the proof of work algorithm would be changed, possibly, that might be something that's easier to alter. But again, I don't actually think that's as simple as it first sounds, because you would need the consensus of all the miners, and maybe Nakamoto didn't foresee the rise of ASICs and mining farms and the big industry that mining blocks has become. Maybe he thought it would just be running on people's desktops, and with a new rollout of Bitcoin Core it would all work fine. So quite interesting, the sort of disconnect between those two features of Bitcoin. A bit technical today, I hope that's okay. I hope you found that interesting. See you in the next video soon. Bye for now.